Like that.
It's finally over. Oh, thank
Yeah.
God, it's finally over.
Thank you.
And
Can we just
shall we
collect?
for old time's sake, shall we just
Ate my steak. Who ate my steak? Bullshit. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Bullshit. I can't believe it.
my favorite part of that is Brooke being a second and a half ahead the whole time. That is my favorite
I was
part of
just, I'm just matching it to my audio.
Well, anyway, hello, house guests. Thank God we're done, and welcome to a finale edition of The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real on the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I'm drinking water.
I'm Lana. I'm pissed. And I'm a diva. So,
I am
yeah.
Brandon. I'm also pissed.
I'm Brooke. I got a big head, looks like a Funko Pop, and I'm also pissed.
But let me make it very clear, y'all. Also, I'm pissed. But Big Brother 25 is over! Thank God. It's
Changes the banner to the cup is pissed and nothing else.
honestly.
I don't want to talk about this show ever again.
You know what I do want to talk about, though? Where you can get your cup merch, including but not limited to cup mug, available. And Brooke finally has theirs again. So I'm
Yay!
And you can get yours at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below.
Brandon!
Mine is downstairs. I'm sorry.
So there I know. And
Excuses.
I had to do it for Lana today because Lana.
I'm not here for this. I want to go to bed. I honestly just want to go crawl in my bed and curl under the blanket and just forget this season ever happened.
Well, unlike other seasons of Big Brother, we are going to be here to close it out in the only way we know how to, being pissed. Because as usual on Big Brother, nothing turned out really the way that we wanted. But quite frankly, was there a winner amongst this top three?
Yes.
Yes.
And he won.
Yeah. He won. Okay, out of the top three, I'm not mad, right? Like, out of the people who were eligible to win the season on finale night tonight, I'm not mad. What I'm mad about is all of the bullshit we had to go through to get to this finale that completely hijacked and derailed the entire season. Because imagine, for once, if we didn't have that power in week 4. Imagine if we didn't have the stupid zombie twist. Imagine if everything turned out the way it should have been, and by that I mean without bullshit twists affecting players who should have gone farther and done better, right? Like, I mean, let's call a spade here. Mimi got robbed of a jury slot. Corey got screwed over by that zombie twist hugely. I mean, by proxy America too. Like, and not to mention, Suri had beautiful, masterful positioning in this game, and she got screwed over. So, like, I'm at a point now where I'm just like, and not to mention the comp skewing, which we've talked about, but like, you remember when we used to have a thought that anybody could win Big Brother, and like it was just like a unique thing where, unlike Survivor, where certain archetypes usually won, with Big Brother it was kind of a mixed bag. You remember when that used to be a thing?
When we
got spoiled by the ending of 24.
Yeah, the beginning of this season, during the cast assessment, I remember that everyone in this cast was like serving, and then as the season went on, be like, what the fuck?
Here, I'm about to make a hot take right here. And I'm going to say it, and I mean it I'm going to say it with my whole chest. I think if we would have had a final 2 of Jag and Bowie Jane, it would have been more enjoyable to watch than watching Matt and Jag and watching Matt give up mid questions and having the worst jury questioning I've ever seen on Big Brother. He was horrible, not prepared. I'm like, did you even think about what you wanted to say to the jury? I believe as cringe as Bowie Jane would have been, because her voice would annoy, like she would annoy me. But I also think she would have at least given good answers to why she did what she did, even if it's Jag carried or Jag was the leader and convinced. Because honestly, neither one of them could argue against the fact that Jag was the brains and ran the last half of this game. He literally convinced you, Matt, to put up your number one ally, your closest ally in Sari, and send her out the door. He convinced you, Bowie Jane, to put up Cameron and send him out the door when Cameron was willing to go to bat for you. There's no denying that Jag deserved to win this game. No denying. But the way that the jury questioning played out, it was atrocious. And I didn't even like Jag's answers, because for me as a jury, if I was sitting in that jury and Jag told me his line that all y'all thought was so hard, I would have been like, cocky much? That didn't come off as confidence. It came off as cockiness. And I was like, ew, not my cup of tea, but whatever. But at least he was passionate about what he was saying and had conviction in what he was saying. So it made it didn't take much to look better than Matt. It didn't take much. I think anybody would have looked better than Matt in the way he was tonight. It was horrible. It was the worst jury questioning I've seen. It was so one-sided. Even Monty was better than him, and I thought Monty's was bad. It was horrible.
What is it with seasons that end in 5 having one finalist do absolute garbage at the final 2, and the other one being fine? Like, I mean, Andy wasn't terrible comparatively, but like Cowboy and Gina Marie and Matt now, like, it's something in the water on these seasons that end in 5. These people cannot perform in a final 2 to save their life. And the thing is, all season long, Matt has been, I mean, up until this past week, Matt has been incredibly well-spoken, right? He has had really solid social connections with everyone. And if he would have went out there and said, look, I may not have controlled the strategy, but I made sure in the event that we did lose that I was safe because I was the last person to go on the block that wasn't named Bowie Jane, right? And I'm the reason he's still even in the game, right? If he would have said that and like said it with conviction and authority, yes, he could have won. And we're sitting at a point now where we know that Corey in America wanted to vote for Matt. We have seen it in the jury segments, right? And now we know if he would have just had a passable questioning, right? Could have even been worse than Jags. But if he could have just did a little bit better than he did, which this is like a 1 out of 10 for me, because I think his final speech had a few good points, right? But he fumbled it at the end. If he would have spoken with a little bit more conviction and actually, I don't know, thought about what he was going to say at the final 2 before he was in final 2, then maybe we would have a different winner right now. And I think there's a very high possibility that this would have been a 4-3 vote and that would have won the season. Because again, Jag wasn't amazing. I definitely think it rubbed some people the wrong way. It rubbed Sari the wrong way, I can tell you that much. And the only part of Jag's entire final speech that I really enjoyed was when he said, and I quote, "I signed your eviction notices," which I gotta admit, it's kind of a hard line. But like, other than that, that line was kind of fire. But like, I'm bummed because this is not how this season felt like it was going to go until a lot of BS happened to make it go this way. So yeah.
We can clearly say the twist spoiled this entire season. All of those twists and all of these game-changing moments of coming back and people not leaving, and then all of that, it was unnecessary. It was too much power in the game. I want to go back to Big Brother where the twists are not the most important part of the game. Is let's do the competition. Let's win the veto. Let's vote somebody up out of here. That's it.
If you look at the seasons that the fan base loves, like it's our favorite seasons of Big Brother, like Big Brother 10, Big Brother All Stars 1, I mean, to a lesser degree, Big Brother 14, right? There aren't that many twists that are like super game-changing, super crazy, right? Big Brother 10, the only real twist that's in Big Brother 10 is the Saboteur, and guess what? That ended in week 1, right? Big Brother All Stars literally had one twist, the coup d'etat, and that didn't get used, right? And then Big Brother 14, yeah, it had the double veto thing, but like even then it made the game better, right? It wasn't like, hey, this crazy twist with the secret HOH, and then there's going to be 2 vetoes, and that's going to separate the showmance that should have been in no danger of being separated this week, period. And then we're going to let the person who won HOH the week before compete in the HOH the next week. Like, we are all on the same page that was absolute crap, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and again, the first, 6 weeks of this season, even the first 7 weeks, okay, up until the double eviction, were amazing. We got quality feeds, quality content, amazing switching of alliances, incredible gameplay, right? And then the double eviction happened and the zombie week happened. The zombie week killed any momentum this season had, period. And when we, losing people like Heisem early, losing people like Riley early, Izzy early, right? Those hurt the strategic part of the season and the comp part of the season. But what hurt it even more was 2 people who had been evicted coming back in the house for a week before they played a competition to see which one of them got to stay in the game. Because these people are out. They are gone. Their graves have been dusted off. They're buried 6 feet under. Why are they coming back in to stay for a week before one of them goes home? It's not like it was a BB Canada, 3 situation or 4, whenever they had that secret thing with the 2 people that got evicted and the double went off and one of them came back later, right? They literally were both evicted, got to come back and strategize at the house, influence decisions, because Jared pulled a lot of strings that week too. We saw it on the feeds. Jared doesn't even get to come back in the house. He's out. And then now we have to deal with the fallout from that. This season got tainted so much by these terrible garbage twists because the strategy was compelling. It was interesting. But by the time we got around to the point where it actually mattered, it didn't matter anymore.
Yeah, after Zombie Week, that's when I turned into casual mode, if I'll be honest, because we could have had a perfect week with Cameron and Jared being double evicted at that point. And then they were like, nope, zombie twist, fuck y'all.
And then you give us a twist, a zombie twist, and it doesn't do any, they can come back in the house and just socialize. You don't even make them go stay in the HOH room. The have-not room. You don't give them no punishments. You don't do nothing. They should have been have-nots for the week. They should have stayed in the have-not room. You can't talk to people. They should have been secluded from the house because guess what? You're not a part of the game in that moment. You're supposed to be in purgatory. So I don't think it was necessary. How you gonna have zombies wandering around the house, making plans and talking to people and strategizing? That doesn't make any sense to me. With no consequences, none whatsoever.
And especially after some of the things that happened during the double, right? Where we got to see the only time really after Izzy got evicted where there was a different group of people in power, because Cameron won the HOH after he came back, but outside of that, right, it was really the only time we got to see anybody not in that big power contingent all season win HOHs, when Corey won the HOH in the double, and he got out Jared, which was a huge thing for his game, right? And I'm of the opinion that Jared coming back into the house for the next week is the reason Corey was in danger for the next few weeks after that. I mean, granted, I don't think he was in the best position either way, but Jared coming back for a week did not help. Especially considering the fact that Jared didn't even get to come back in the game, period. But that Jag getting to play in the HOH after the secret HOH. Why? We literally have past precedents for this. Big Brother 23. It was 2 seasons ago, y'all. 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago. Like, what is this mess? And it's not even like people didn't know he was the HOH or anything. We knew. The whole house knew. But like,
and that's another thing for me. Why do we make it a secret HOH, a ghost HOH, if we have no incentive on them to keep it a secret? Like, we gonna say it's a secret HOH, but you can tell if you want to. No, make it well. If you do tell people, you will not be able to play in the next HOH because the house knows. But if you decide not to tell people, then you will be free to play in the HOH competition next because nobody will know. And well, nobody will know for sure. If they guess it, they guess it. But you won't hear it come out of my mouth. That there is no incentive for the secret HOH to stay secret if they can just come out and play the HOH anyway the next week. It was ridiculous. This whole season was ridiculous, full of twists. And the only reason Jag is able to say he's the winner of this season is because he was saved by a twist. And to me, that blows my mind. And production need to think about all of this. Stop, rewind, rethink your whole strategy because it's ridiculous. But you know what? Congratulations to you, Jag. You did what they wanted to happen. They let it happen. They wanted Jag in. They made sure Jag was in, and then they made sure Jag made it to the end. Every competition that Jag won was the same thing. Every competition that Matt won was the same thing. Every competition that Bowie Jane won were the same things. This season was trash. And to top it off, they had the nerve to give Cameron America's Favorite House Guest. Give me a break. I'm over this season. I'm glad it's over. And I have nothing else to say. I'm done talking about it. You all
Reindeer games.
Thank you. What? I didn't hear. Reindeer games?
Reindeer games.
I'm excited because I get to see Daniel Reyes and Brittany Haynes on my screen again. Always a win.
That part.
But like, to me, this just feels like the strike just ended. We need to fill out some runtime during the winter because we don't have anything in the docket for it. And you know what would have been more entertaining than this? I don't know, maybe another season of Celebrity, which I know people would compete in because half of these people couldn't work up until literally yesterday. So, I mean, granted, I'm aware that maybe they didn't want to have to worry about it because they couldn't really promote the actors' work depending on how long the strike lasted. They wouldn't have known. But, like, this cannot have been what they were planning at the beginning of the season with this, like, Daniel Reyes, Brittany Haynes, Frankie Grande situation, right?
Not. Definitely.
Like, we're on the same page on that, right? Yeah?
Like, if that were the case, like, that is bad promotion. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, yes,
also,
I'm glad they were able to bring back the 3 from the beginning of the season, like, to, like, talk about this. It goes from BB Universe into Reindeer Games. I'm just like, huh? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Do we care? Because I don't really care about it. Like, I'm going to watch it because I love Brittany and Danielle, and I mean, we know there's going to be 9 people on the cast, so we'll see how that goes. But, like, also, one, this title is garbage. Secondly, even if this title wasn't garbage, the format, because we got a little bit more information on the format since the episodes went off. It just do any of us care, really?
I care for Danielle Reyes hopefully getting the money that she's been entitled to for 23 years.
That part.
That's
fucking part.
That's
That
it.
part.
That's all I got.
And on that note, we are looking forward to BB Can 12.
Are we? Are we?
Always.
Always. Again, BB Can is better than BBUS. We know this.
They haven't had enough time to be tainted yet.
Oh, Jesus. I am over this. I just want to die.
Again, the first few weeks of the season were incredible, and then it took the biggest nosedive I have ever seen in my life. So yeah,
Yep.
choices.
Choices.
And yep, that's
Bye.
it. We're gonna go. We're just gonna leave because it's over.
Subscribe.
Cheers to it being over. Woo.
Well, cheers to it being
Cheers to it
over.
being
For
over.
sure.
Who ate my steak?
Not I
Hey.
did.
My steak.
This is
Bye.
horrible.
Bye.
From way outside the Big Brother house, weep in the cup. Have the faith of a mustard seed. Good night, house guests.